Hi friends, it's Sarah from Ruffles and Rainboots.com, and today I'm sharing a faux fur flying bat just in time for Halloween. If you'd like to watch it, stick around. Please like this video so that I know you're here crafting. It helps the channel. So I was asked to make more faux fur crafts, and because I don't like this fur, I'm gonna use it. All right, so here are our supplies, really simple. I just have made this guy on my desk today. He's got this fun tinsel fur that sheds. We're gonna need some cutting tools. We're gonna need some wire. Well, this is optional. You need something for a nose, or you can make teeth. You need some felt. So this is stiff felt in both glitter and plain black. I'm going to be using embroidery thread and a needle, though you can close the fur up with hot glue. I recommend this. So this is some fancy fur that sheds, and we just need a circle of it. So I've had this bucket on my craft room floor since Easter, and we're gonna use it, and I'm just tracing the bottom. And I have no idea, so let's measure. It's about a 6.5-inch circle for those who care. If you are new to cutting faux fur, it's super easy. Put the pile of the fur facing down and use an X-Acto knife or a box cutter, even a razor blade, to just score the fabric backing. You don't have to push through. You don't want your knife to touch your table. It's just really simple. You go all the way around. There you go. So if you have little pieces like this right here, just gently cut them off and you won't cut the fur. You can see it just separated easily. So while I'm cutting this, I do want to say that this is a real-time craft. I have edited out the hot glue drying, and I have sped up one section, which I will tell you exactly how long it took me. All right, so here's my little piece of faux fur. I have one little piece here. There you go. And look, now we have a nice big circle of fur. By the way, you can also use pre-made fur pom-poms. You can get them on Amazon. Now this is kind of cheap fur, so we're just going to pull on the edges and in the middle just to see what we can take off. I'm using 3 lengths of the diameter of the piece of faux fur we cut, so just use that as a general guide. You'll have extra. Thread the embroidery needle and flip it over. So you are going to be sewing, sort of. You're just starting and ending on the outside edge. Now, for those of you who are not new here, you know we're just going to create a little pom-pom by making a running stitch. We go in through the outside, into the middle, and then back out through the outside. And you can just accordion, flip the fur over the needle like an accordion. It's super simple. And then I'm just going to pull this through. Sometimes I use the desk to push it through if I'm lazy, like today. And so we don't have a knot on the end of it. When you pull the needle and the thread through, just be sure to leave a tail at the end that you don't pull through. Okay, so back to this. We're going to, again, in and out, in and out. For those of you wondering, I'm staying between 1/4 and 1/2 inch away from the edge. Is it perfect? No. It's not about perfection here. This actually took me 1.5 minutes to go all the way around the outside edge of this pom-pom. And at the end, I want to end on the outside right near where I started. And that's going to give me 2 tails, just like this. So we're going to end up pulling it tight, but first, go ahead and get some polyfill stuffing. You can rip this out of a pillow, or if you're a gnome maker, you have this on hand. It's everywhere. Oh, you can also use the inside of a Dollar Tree stuffed animal. Just saying. Okay, so now when you pull this taut, it will close up this edge up here, and you won't be able to see it. So you can see the white polyfill stuffing, but when we close this up, you won't see anything. So you can pull it tight right here and just shake it around, making sure you don't have any holes or gaps. But I'm going to give you a little hint. I'm going to get in a little closer. I'm going to wrap the end around the other one a couple of times, and then I'm going to start pulling and squeezing the top so that you're a little bit more gentle on the thread and it doesn't break. So this is not, anything fancy. It's just that 99-cent skein embroidery thread you made friendship bracelets from, okay? So I'm just gonna tie this off a couple of times. Now, if you just want a little bat to throw on a table or on your mantle or at others, you can stop here and cut these strings off, but I'm actually going to create a little hanger because I know exactly where I'm going to hang mine. So I'm just going to use this exact little thing right here to just tie a knot and then cut off the excess. Let me know in the comments below, where would you hang this? I don't know. Here I am having a lot of fun banging it on the table because this is not great fur and it's shedding all over the place. So now for the wings, you have some options. You can just stick them on the side of this bat, or you can be extra. I choose to be extra. So I'm just going to cut off a bit of this sparkly, what do you call it? Sparkly stiff felt. And I'm going to take a piece of chalk and draw what could arguably be the worst bat wing ever. But I was on a roll in the craft room and I didn't want to get up to actually look up what a bat wing looked like. So this is going to work for me today. There you go. You can get all fancy and print off an image from the internet, or just do it like I did. And then we're just going to cut these two out. Now, you may be asking me, Sarah, but it's going to be ugly from the back. And I know, but you could just not worry about that. Or you could do like I'm going to do and wire the wings so that when you thump it as you walk by, it's good from both sides. Okay, so I'm going to show you can just wipe off this chalk and just use, you know, this for the full thing, or you can get some wire and repeat the two little wings like I'm going to do. And again, this is not exact, y'all. I have to trim this like 4 more times. Look, that's not even lined up. I got to edge all the way off the side. Don't worry, it's not perfect. It doesn't have to be. It's Halloween crafting. It's not Christmas. But this turned out so cute, and I thought I would share. I am trying to use up a lot of craft supplies that I've had on hand for a while. And because I moved them all the way from Washington to Texas, I'm going to use them. So I'm just trimming. Sorry you have to watch this. I know it's boring. I tell you what, while I'm doing this, because I promised people I would do real-time crafts, why don't you tell me in the comments below, because you know how to cut felt, what is your best Halloween story? What is your best Halloween memory? Keep it PG or even PG-13 and let me know down in the comments below. I think that would be really fun. Ooh, maybe I'll tell you mine one day. Okay, so now I'm just trimming what looks to be the same, but listen, we have another opportunity to trim this, so don't get all really focused on it like I did with all these tiny little shards of felt. But here comes the fun part. This is some really inexpensive, really awful wire, and we're gonna use it because we have it. So I am going to be sandwiching this wire through these bat wings so that I have posable bat wings. Or you could just glue them together and glue them right onto the pom-pom like that. But if you want to do this and be all, you know, fancy, just get an idea of how much wire you want. Remember, you will be turning down the ends. So just remember, you need a little bit of that so no one gets poked in the eyeball. All right, so now I'm going to go about a ½ inch away from the top, or an inch, whatever makes your heart happy. And I'm going to split the fur to the fabric backing. This is on the either side of our string holder. Once I have the backing exposed, I'm going to make a tiny little slit with my X-Acto knife, and I'm going to push this all the way through the center. On the other side, it's showing me where it's going to come out, so I'm just going to use the X-Acto knife and just cut that right there. And then just pop it right out. Oops, I just knocked those off the table. I have to go get those, be right back. So I'm just going to pull the wire through and then straighten it back out because I kind of bent it, grab my hanger, and just make sure it's in there. All right, so I'm going to glue down the edges here of the wire so that it doesn't move, because I don't want the join of our wings to be weak. So I'm gonna let that dry off camera. I almost stabbed myself with scissors, and once those are secure, now I'm going to build my bat wings. They're just going to be a sandwich, just like this. Remember to turn down your wire so no one gets poked in the eye, and then we're just going to take our hot glue and sandwich these together. And now I'm really curious as to what your best Halloween memory is. Mine is definitely a party that was an adult style party, and by that I just mean there were no children there, and it was a good time. And we used to go all out for Halloween before we had kids. like we would plan a month in advance our costumes. Now we don't do that. Now we draw straws as to who's going to be the one to pass out candy to the neighborhood kids. Do you all do that? All right, so now I'm just putting glue all around the edges. Again, I'm not going all the way to the edge because I don't want the glue to pop out. And then I'm going to hold this in place, pressing it all the way around, and then I'm going to do that off camera so you don't have to wait and watch me do that. Oh, wait. There you go. Is it perfect? No. Am I going to come back in just a second and close up that big gap at the top? Yes. All right. Now we're going to do the other side the exact same way. And the cool part is now that you've anchored the wire, you can bend these things up. You can reposition them. It's kind of cool. All right, so now we're going to do the same thing. Try not to get any of the glue in the faux fur. You'll see, I do, and it's okay because I'm listening to a really fun Audible book right now. For those of you new to my channel, I always listen to Audible or watch TikToks while crafting. All right, so here I am. I'm just going to go all the way around and just make sure all of my pieces are closed up and that there's no gaps. Look at that, looking good. Ooh, shook it a little violently. Okay, so now you can be done here or, you know, because he's cute, just like this. I think anyway. But I'm not going to be done here because I'm, you know, gotta do it extra. So I cut two little like fangs out of black sparkle that matched the bat wings. You could not see them, so I repeated it with white felt. You can use even like a cardstock paper if you want. These are going to be tucked up into the fur and sort of protected so you don't have to worry about them. I'm going to split the faux fur to the fabric backing about a third of the way down from the top of the bat wing, and I'm just going to add glue right to that fabric backing and then pop this in sort of prone so that they kind of stick out, so when the faux fur falls on them they are still visible. And yeah, I just got faux fur or glue in the faux fur. Don't do that, it's there forever now. Okay, so and then once those are dry, look, he's all done. What do you think? I'd love to hear if you would make this. Let me know down in the comments. And as always, thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe for more crafty fun.